I don't know if the boy's up to this. Are you sure this is gonna hold up in court?
Me and Curtis looked into it. The Neurological Center at Columbia did a study where they confirmed that kids like Henry, who are blind since birth, are twice as likely to hear better than people who can see.
It's not just what he heard. He was very specific about where he heard it coming from.
The same study shows that blind people were much better at being able to pinpoint the specific location of a sound they heard. It's like the part of the brain reserved for sight gets put to work on this other stuff, including hearing.
But shouldn't we use a real lineup for this?
This is better. Our tech guy recorded these samples taking into account the acoustics of the parking lot and the approximate distance the shooter was from the boy.
Okay, but if this comes back to bite us...
All right, Henry. I just want you to listen to these recordings and tell me which one is the voice you heard.
Okay, detective.
Nina.
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 Nina!
Which voice is the shooter? Why are you asking me? Henry is the one that's supposed to be answering.
Nina!
Is that the voice of the shooter? Sure, yeah. Because I'm supposed to know.
That one. That's the guy.
Good job. I think we got him. Thank you, Henry. You really did your mama proud.
I tried extra hard. You know, for her. I know you was worried I couldn't.
I didn't mean for you to hear that.
It's all right. She said ain't everybody in this world always gonna give me a fair chance. Are you gonna catch the guy who killed her?
I don't need to catch him. You just did.
Wow. That's kind of... Doesn't everyone kind of know that by now? People that lack one sense...
Why can't we work out a deal here?
And like
Is Scott
another
Leonard
form,
really a murderer?
You know?
He became one when he killed Shar Jackson. I want murder too. Maximum sentence. Make an example.
Well, we got the gun.
He says it was self-defense. The gang fight put him in fear of his life.
Plus, we got the kid's testimony, and he ID'd Scott Leonard's voice.
Ugh, not so fast. Judge just granted the defense motion to suppress the auditory lineup.
On what grounds?
Unreliable evidence. Without the lineup, we can't introduce Nina, and without Nina, we don't have a revenge angle.
Talk to the detectives again. We need to shore up our case.
So, who else we got?
A racist security guard and a gangbanger.
Great. Well, of the two evils, who would you put on the stand?
I hate to say it, but probably the security guard.
Really?
Yeah, you put Tarvarius Sims on the stand and the jury is only going to see his color. The defense will introduce his criminal record and they'll play the race card and say he doesn't like Scott Leonard because he's white.
Detective Curtis, I'm impressed at your grasp of sleazy courtroom ethics.
This ain't my first rodeo.
That's bullshit. Should be able to put the kid up there. This is such bullshit.
Mr. Zemsta, tell us about what you saw on the day of the shooting.
Just another day in the asphalt jungle, Mr. Cutter. Huh. You know how it is. I'm trying to keep order, and I got a bunch of bangers outside in the parking lot aiming to shoot each other up.
So you saw two rival gangs squaring off. Did you recognize anyone?
No, not anyone in particular. All them bangers look the same to me.
You
didn't
lying
know
piece of
anyone
shit.
in the gangs?
No.
Stop your bullshit. God damn, get the fuck off the stand now. I hate you. Who? He identified Tarvarius Sims to cops. He mentioned the manager of the Biz E Mart. He mentioned seeing a gang member named PK. He identified gang member Nina. No.
Mr. Zemsta, you told police you recognized Tarvarius Sims.
Oh yeah, right. I guess I did.
The hell? Why didn't Cutter coach this kid? We need a little polish here.
This might be the polish.
This is all bullshit.
Other than the gangs, can you remember anyone else?
Kid, his mom. Tragedy. Real tragedy.
Is he leaving someone else? Yes! Stop it! He's leaving out of the dude over to Scott Leonard. It's right there. Didn't even read the other options.
Anyone else?
Your Honor, please. If Mr. Cutter digs any deeper, he's gonna need a pickaxe. This is clearly leading.
Last chance, Mr. Cutter.
Are you
sure you didn't see anyone you can remember?
Not really.
You lying sack of shit.
Your Honor, permission to treat witness as hostile.
Permission granted, Mr. Cutter. Hope you know what you're doing.
Mr.
What?
Zemsta, you will now answer my questions with a simple yes or no, and you will answer them truthfully, or the DA's office will charge you with obstruction and perjury. Is that crystal clear?
Yes.
I've never heard of that before.
On the day
Good
of the
one.
shooting, did you see the defendant on the premises of your shop?
Yes.
Yes. How do we know? He said he had seen Scott Leonard pass out in the alley. He told police he flashed a gun at Scott Leonard. He told police he saw Scott Leonard in his car. He told police he shared a beer with Scott Leonard.
How long was he there for?
I think an hour.
That's not a yes or no. Is that correct? Yes? I don't know if I was ever given that. How do you know? Zemsta told Benson and Curtis the same thing. Fontana found a receipt from an hour before. Zemsta has been on shift for an hour. The boy reported seeing David Zemsta. No. Damn it. I know it.
Did you recognize the model of the car he drove?
Yes, it was a Challenger.
No! Stop your bullshit. Charger.
You told police it was a Charger. Are you changing your testimony?
No, I mean a Charger. I just forgot. I'm nervous.
And finally, did you see him speed away from the scene of the crime?
Yes.
Yes. 10 out of 8 stars. Awesome. What proof did he give? He posted a description of the car on his website. He described the Charger's paint job and license plate accuracy. He imitated the Charger's engine so well. It was like being there. Oh! For the love of God, I want to choose these options. He gave police a license plate and described the door chime noise. Oh, he did such a good job of
Thank
imitating
you.
the noise. I thought
Your
the car
witness,
was
Mr.
there.
Antonio.
Sounds legit.
Mr. Zemsta, are you a racist?
Would you like to object?
Objection. Your Honor.
Badgering, speculation, relevance, withdrawal. Not speculation, not badgering.
Relevance?
Mr. Zemsta's racial beliefs may affect his testimony against my client.
Your client is white.
Relevance. Why
You're
am
gonna
I
have to
dumb?
do better than that. Objection sustained.
Mr. Zemsta, did you see Scott shoot the victim?
No.
Why? Were you doing something else?
Yes.
What?
Hiding.
Where?
In the alley.
So you didn't see the actual shooting,
No.
because you were hiding in the alley.
Yes.
What kind of cowardly security guard are you? Hiding in the alley?
Objection.
Yes. You're badgering. Go away.
Defense is badgering the witness.
Sustained. Watch it, Mr. Antonio.
You have an alcohol problem, don't you?
What? No.
It's a known fact that you drank on the job. You told the police as much.
I guess.
So it's safe to say you were probably drunk that day.
Objection.
Yes. Badgering, speculation, relevance, not relevance or whatever I was saying. Withdrawal. So it's safe to say you were probably drunk that day.
Defense is badgering the witness.
Overruled.
Regardless,
Damn it.
your status as an eyewitness leaves much to be desired. Withdrawn. No further questions.
I just want to see. Why are they on the fence? I only got one wrong.
Your Honor, redirect.
Go ahead, Mr. Cutter.
Mr.
Defendant.
Zemsta, had you in fact seen Mr. Leonard parked in the lot for several months prior to the shooting? And did you see him that day only minutes before?
No. No, that's not right, Mr. Cutter.
Is he correct? No! Oh, shit.
It wasn't several months prior. It was only a couple of days, Mr. Cutter. And he was in his car for like an hour before the shooting started.
Thank you. No further questions.
I got it wrong.
Ouch.
You lost by 20. For this testimony, the jury sides with the defense. I don't know why. But whatever, I'm still
I know,
winning.
Jack. I know. But without the boy, we got no other options.
Then get the boy's testimony back in.
Defense suppressed the audio lineup.
Then unsuppress it.
Oh yeah, because that's really simple.
Well, Mr. Cutter, Miss Carmichael, why don't you tell us what's on your mind?
Your Honor, the people's case is being hampered by the exclusion of Henry Jackson's testimony. He was an eyewitness, an ear witness, in fact, to this murder.
Your Honor, this idea is based on voodoo science and old wives' tales.
It's based on hard science, Your Honor. Save the rhetoric for the trial. I've read your briefs. Let's hear your arguments. Let's examine Henry's enhanced auditory ability.
Your Honor, enhanced auditory perception on behalf of the blind is based on anecdotes and assumption. No studies have confirmed this ability.
Lies! Is the defense attorney stretching the truth? Yes. This is an interesting segment. Correct. How can we convince the judge? Everyone knows this is true. A trial is won by virtue of circumstantial evidence alone. A study done by the confirms that it's true. Sensory compensation is real when it comes to the other senses like taste and smell. There is yep, that one. A study done by the University of confirms that it's oh shit. I don't know which one it is. Olivia, tell me. Oh. Curtis. No. McCoy. No, it's Benson. Columbia. Columbia. So glad they have that transcript.
Your Honor, no less an authority than the Neurological Center at Columbia University has confirmed it.
Yes, I saw the data. It is impressive.
A similar study conducted on men and women rendered blind as teenagers found almost no difference in auditory perception between them and test subjects who can see. The blind can't hear any better than the rest of us.
Because he was born blind. Oh god! People blind since just before puberty are likely to have enhanced hearing.
Your Honor, the study Mr. Antonio cites is flawed. Columbia researchers found enhanced auditory perception in people blind since birth, exactly like Henry Jackson.
Listening to a bunch of computerized sound files on a laptop is not the same thing as hearing my client in person. It was probably a terrible quality file. There was no consideration for the actual location. Who knows what Henry heard?
Can you prove him wrong? Yeah. Don't know how, but yeah, you're wrong, bitch. True. But how can we convince the judge? The boy was made to listen to the audio files several times before deciding. The auditory lineup are superior as you have to hear suspects each in turn instead of looking at the entire lineup all at once. The audio recorded was filtered to make into account. The audio was played in stereo. Let's go with this one.
Your Honor, a police technician will testify that great care went into the preparation of those audio files. They were adjusted to take into account the acoustics of the parking lot and the distance of the speaker from Henry Jackson. The sound files presented were very authentic. You're welcome to review them yourself, Your Honor.
All right, I've heard enough. You did your homework, Miss Carmichael. The court is satisfied that the audio lineup serves as reliable evidence. Henry Jackson is back in.
I don't see why it shouldn't have. They do it all the time on the show and everything.